Siddhaswarupaya Radha Krishna Prasthayate Namo Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa Namite Paramahamsa Radha Krishna Prasthayate Namo Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa Namite Namo Siddhaswarupananda, Paramahamsa, Ora Karuna Swarupaya, Radha Krishna Prasthaya.
So I'll read something here that will enhance, will in a way not solidify, but put us in a very stable, continuous focus of what we're doing. So it begins with wisdom, understanding the truth. So we are guided by Lord Krishna, the Supreme Person, because we are under the care of His loving servant, our Gurudev, Srila Prabhupada, who is the dearmost disciple of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, who is the follower of Lord Chaitanya, Parampara. Is it clear? So now you have this direction. The direction is what the Supreme Person wants. Okay? Is it clear? So ngayon, for so long, it is about what we want. But because of what we want, what we think, of just engaging in whatever, doing our own will. Kung anong gusto lang natin, yun ang conditioning natin. So out of God's mercy, we have come in contact now with the Supreme Person. And He tells us, listen to my devotee, listen to my confidential, loving servant, who has unalloyed, pure, loving, unflinching, loving surrender and devotional service to me. Okay. So the goal now is to come to the point of experiencing unflinching, unconditional, pure, loving service, devotional service to the Supreme Person. By offering everything to the Supreme Person, our life doing His will. So that will be our focus and goal. Because that is what the Supreme Person wants. So ngayon, what separates us from God is what we want. Because we are not God, we're not self-sufficient. We're so insignificant, we become covered. So when you try to falsely imitate God, falsely imitate. Thinking this field of activity, this body, is all in all the center of your life. Okay? This shelter, this body that's dying every moment, breaking down. But under the influence of Maya or illusion, you cannot see that because of the conditioning of the three modes of material nature. Is it clear? So now you can watch yourself. What influence you? Ano yung mag-influence nyo? Is it the connection between my love and Krishna's love? Or will it be a connection with what I want, falsely thinking I'm the center and following the offering of the desire in the mind? Ganun lang kadali yun eh. So now look carefully. If you follow the dictates of the mind, the desire, then you suffer in this world. Because you identify with the world of suffering and this body, the cause of suffering. And because we are not God, we are not self-sufficient, we will always be longing for happiness and fulfillment. That's why the direction of materialism under the influence of the three modes of material nature will never satisfy you. Will never. Because you're not matter. Kaya, masi anong tingin mo, dapat nga, kasi I've been watching, you become sensitive, Kaya nga nakita ko, dapat may salamin tayo dito, di ba? All of us, alam niyo yung vanity? Vanity. May magazine na vanity eh. Kung gaano kayo kaganda. Kung gaano kayo the most beautiful vanity, what you got. Itong katawan mo to. Kaya mayroong mga nakaisip na, hoy, kikita tayo nito. Maghanap tayo ng mga magagandang Amerikana. Ilagay natin sa magazine. Yung buhok nila ganito. At ipalabas natin yung music ganito. Ito yung trending ngayon. Okay? So nakakabenta sila ng magazine. So lahat, may bagong labas ba na vanity? Self-centeredness. May bago bang magazine na about self-centeredness? Ng perfection ng center ng katawan? Nagagayahin natin. Kaya lahat naghintay, uy, may bagong labas ngayon, yung vanity. Si nakalabas doon? Si Vanessa Redgrave. Okay? Ang buhok niya, brunette. Tapos, yung ngipin niya may diamond pa. Wow! Kailangan ko nun. Okay? Nakaano siya yung ngipin niya, ano yung tawag nila yun? Yung pagpunta ka sa dentista, sabi ng dentista sa'yo, lagyan ng brace yung ngipin mo kasi tabingi yung dito sa harap lumalabas. Idiretso natin para pag ngiti mo talagang pantay-pantay yung ngipin mo. Okay? Nakita nyo sa vanity, si Vanessa Redgrave, patay na yan. Si Vanessa Redgrave. O kaya, kung hindi pa patay, lola na. Wala na rin ngipin. Okay? Sasabihin na, uy, may brace! Okay? Pag pumunta kayo sa doktor, sa orthopedic, hindi orthopedic, sa denture, anong tawag doon? Orthodontist, hindi orthopedic. Kasi pag orthopedic, bali-bali yung katawan. Orthodontist, okay? Sabihin ng orthodontist sa'yo, kagaya ng, kasi si Shama yun, pupunta sa dentist yan, saka si Murli. Wala silang bulok ng ngipin. Sabi ng dentista, di man ito makasapi sa inyo dong. Wala mong bulok ng ngipin. Butangan nato na bracing yung ngipon. Para diretso ba? Okay? Para makasapi. Okay? Biro lang yon. So anyway, nakita nyo ganun, okay. Pero alam niyo yung brace, yung totoong brace, na hindi kayo ma-infect, na hindi kayo matetano, mahal. Mga $1,000 o kaya 50,000 pesos. Pero may binibenta dyan sa kanto. Yung nagtitinda ng sunglass. Nakaupo doon, tas maraming ngipin sa harap. Nakakita kayong ganon? Sa inyo, di ba? Oy, kisay gusto magpaibot. Nandun siya. Tapos, kamot hugaw kayo ba? Nagsigarilyo pa yun. Nakaupo, ngipin. Ngipin ng pagong, ngipin ng aso, nandun. Pero ngipin ng tao nandun, may pustiso. Okay? Tapos may vanity na magazine. Tapos inisip mo, uy, yung vanity, naka-brace siya ngayon. Pila ang brace? 150 lang dahil. Kaya nakapalit mi sa junk shop ka ng, stainless na gipiko-piko namon. Pero gwapo tanawon. Ibutang nato sa imong baba. Pag-ngiti mo. Okay. So ngayon, pag pumunta kayo sa school, lahat kayo bukas yung bibig. My brace! Wow! Social. Okay? Ikaw naman, isip mo, ano bang value ko? Ultimo kayo mi. Ultimo pa sa ultimo. Kailangan may value ako. Kailangan na-value akong kinabuhi akong. Okay? O sa buhok niya, nakaana. Tawag nila doon, lioness. Pag ganun ka rin. Na dito punta ka, sabihin sa'yo ng hindi mortician, hindi yung, alam yung mortician? Yung beautician na nagbukas sa lugar nyo. Okay? Kini ang bago ka ron sa vanity, ang buhok. Lioness. Ganun. Siya nakaganon din. Pero naka-miniskirt, puro muscle, pero naka-makeup, okay? Naka-high, ganun kataas. Okay, kini ang bago karanday. Paupuin ka. Kita na nato ang imong dagway, okay? Murag layo man sa akong dagway. Ato tang pahumukod. Pak, 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 pak. Masayo na to, okay? Kaya mong buhok, walay shampoo, gay kayo. Murag spring. Murag brush ka tong steel brush. Kuyaw na. Kuha dia sabon, na nagamay sunrocks. O humog na, ato na maana. Kay delikado yung buhok, kay hait. Kung iana na to, baka matuslo ka na sa likod. Delikado na, sakay ka sa bus, especially karon distancing. Kung puno ang bus, delikado kay layo. Okay, kung COVID time, kay wait kinsay mo doon say mo. Kay hait man yung buhok. Paglakad mo lahat mo layo. Okay? Distancing. Yun dapat ang solusyon. Anyway, back to the point sa inyo. Kaya ko sinasabi yun na. It's just to make you humor you, okay? Pero ang totoo talaga, kaya, alam nyo, nanonood ako eh. Every day, papasok kayo doon sa loob, di ba? Lahat magdadala ng, nandun ako sa dulo, inaayos ko yung lababo kasi umaapaw, pinuno ni Gord ng baso. Nung pagkain, umaapaw, baka pag iniwan natin, magbaha sa loob. Pagtingin ko, araw, papasok may fire, tapos pupunta sa salamin. Okay. Tingin sa salamin. Okay, magwala ako, nandun ako nagchat-chant, bigla may papasok, 3 pagit kayo, 4. Okay? Kaya pagpunta nyo ngayon doon, makikita nyo doon, alam nyo sino yung bear na, si Doktor, sino yung Kengkoy na, yung artista na, si artista na magsalita yung parang bata, sino yun, Mr. Bean. So nandun yung Eddie Bear ni Mr. Bean, itim. Okay? Pero naisip ko, dapat ang ilagay ko doon, magandang mukha ng superstar, pero kalahati lang. Tapos makikita yung bungo, yung utak, lahat. Kaya pagtingin mo, sa mukha mo, ana pala ang sulod sa akong utok, sa akong dagway. Di ba? Kuya, so ma-aware ka. Kini pala akong gihimas-himay, giara-ara sa beautician, kini pa lang nasa sulod. Delikado pala. Kaya naanawang ka, makalugi mo utak, buang ka pagawas ni mo. Anyway, okay. You laugh, pero it's so painful to be in this material world. Because we're separated from someone who is the dear, sweet friend of ours, whom we can embrace and play with eternally. Krishna, in Vrindavan. So the spiritual master comes. I'll tell you a story. Itong story na true to life story to, it's about our situation. When I was at your age, I got attracted to sa chanting. Okay? Then after hearing about the spiritual master, I decided, I want to see the spiritual master. Okay? So I was given the opportunity to come in contact with Srila Prabhupada. Okay? Kasi akala ko noon, pag sinabi mong spiritual master, tigulang na kayo, taas ang buhok, tapos nakatungkod. Kasi ganun man yung nababasa natin. Dahil during that time, ang binabasa ko, teachings ni His Divine Grace. So akala ko yung mga spiritual master dapat matatanda. Dahil wala akong understanding, you're not the body. Yung spiritual master pala, pwedeng nasa katawan ng matanda, nasa katawan ng bata. So when I came to Manila, gera nun eh. There's war going on. So ang good thing lang is that yung nagpapasakay sa aeroplano, yung dati yung forlorn, yun yung mga aeroplano. Hindi forlorn na Starex. Kasi nandun yung mga kabaong yung galing sa gera. Sealed na. Kasi yung sa gera kasi, pag naggera, kumisan, matamaan ka ng bala. Pag natamaan yung mukha mo, tanggal yung kalahati. Tapos makita ka ng mga kasama mo, puro kinakain na ng uod yung katawan mo, ilagay ka sa plastic, yung katawan, ilagay sa plastic bag na green, isisil yun, lagay doon, lagay. So ngayon, dadalhin sa Manila yon. Kasi kakargayin sa stainless steel na casket, patong-patong sa loob, isara. So sasakay ako sa aeroplano na forlorn. Pero aeroplano So, nakasakay ka sa aeroplano eh. Pero pag sakay mo sa aeroplano, kasama mo lahat yung tinamaan ng bala doon. May nakabalot. May nakabalot ng hindi na makita. Kasi unang sasakay yung mga tinamaan ng bala. All those who got hit by bombs, yung mga nakipag-away ng hand-to-hand combat sa mga kalaban at nagdala ng itak, putol na yung kamay, okay? Bulag na. So, dadalhin sila sa Manila dahil doon sila alagaan sa Biluna Hospital. Kasi sa Zamboanga City, kung saan nandun yung mga sundalo, mahigit 30,000 ng sundalo doon eh. From Marines to MP to Army to Navy, nandun lahat. Araw-araw nakikipaglaban. So akala nyo yung gera, sa tingin nyo, sundalo ako kasi sikat, may dalang baril. Hindi nyo alam yung experience. Nandun kayo sa kagubatan, kasi may kaangkol akong sundalo eh. Nandun siya nakaupo lang sa paksol, sa hulo habang nagigera, nakaupo lang siya doon. Bomba rito, bomba doon, doon na siya tumatay. Nabingi na siya sa putok. War shock na siya ba? Sabi ko, Uncle, naunsa ka man? So, huminto siya sa pagiging sundalo. So sa gera, makikita nyo, pag sumakay kayo sa aeroplano, nandun lahat yung tinamaan ng bala. Meron nakabalot, wala na, balot ng lahat, balot na yung buong katawan. Tapos darating yung schoolmate namin na nurse, kasi nurse na yung namin, yung mga higher ups, nurse na, nandun, military nurse. Siya ang unang sasakay, ayusin niya, lahat, ihiga doon, nakaupo lahat yung mga tinamaan ng bala, nandun sila lahat, mga 30. Tapos ipapasok na yung mga kabaon. Tapos kami na yung sasakay. Sa tapat namin yung kabaon, nandun yung mga may tama. Yun ang nakikita nyo. Every time, nakikita ko yun dahil nagpapasakay dati, kaklase ng nanay ko. Pag may aeroplano, makasakay man ako. Papuntang Manila. So nakita ko Srila Prabhupada, nang bigla ako dahil unang kita ko kay Srila Prabhupada. Nandun siya, pero there's this influence, makita mo kasi nandun yung mga devotee sa paligid niya. Nandun si Sudama Bipra, nandun si Tusta, lahat sila nakaganon naman. Naghihintay kung ano yung gagawin para to serve their spiritual master. Nanonood ako. Pagkita ko, sila Prabhupada. Time na yun, 21 years old na yung body niya surfer siya. Kita ko, batang-bata, ang katawan siya, Prabhupada. 20 plus. Tapos nandun ako. Tapos umupo si Srila Prabhupada sa Antipolo yan Dahil wala kaming alam ng spiritual etiquette. Wala kaming alam ng spiritual etiquette. Yung mga Pilipino, iba yung sense of humor ng Pilipino. Umupo si Srila Prabhupada. Pag upo niya, dapat mag-speak na siya Pero yung lugar, puro talahib, gano'n, nilinis lang. Nandun yung bahay kubo ni Sudama Bipra. Pag upo niya, nandun kami, lahat kami nag-expect. Ano nga sasabihin niya ba? Nandun kami lahat, nanonood. Pero first time ko siya nakita. Hindi, pumunta na siya. Pero yung time na yun, first time ko siya nakita. Tapos biglang mamaya, sabi ni Srila Prabhupada, Sudama, there's something biting me. Alam mo, tumawa lahat. Tumawa. Di ba, nakita kayo, tumatawa nga kayo, di ba? Iba yung sense of humor nyo Iba yung tinatawanan nyo. Pag may nagsasuffer, natatawa kayo. Pero ito, si Krsna yung nasa harap nyo So, tumawa sila. Srila Prabhupada just stood up and then left. Because everybody's offensive. Naintindihan nyo? You are laughing at the suffering of others. Nakita nyo? You laugh. Iba yung sense of humor weird yung sense of humor. We laugh at the suffering of others. Yun ang mundo natin. Kaya, kumikita yung mga slapstick na mga palabas. Habang binabastos ka, tumatawa lahat. So makita nyo, perverted yung So doon mo rin makikita na gaano ka wala sa direksyon ng tunay na mundo ng eternal na devotional service. Kasi you begin to laugh at the suffering. And in this case, you laugh at what's happening to your spiritual master. Huh? Then you're finished. Okay? So, but because Srila Prabhupada is merciful, just left. And he came back. And he's more on teaching. Until the time he began to accept disciple. Nag-accept siya ng mga disciple. During the time, His Divine Grace left the planet. So when he left the planet, Srila Prabhupada continued yung advocacy niya to pass on the teachings of Lord Chaitanya. Hindi siya interested sa followers. He's more on teaching them the absolute truth. Ano yung absolute truth? About your eternality, about your position, and your eternal activity in devotional service. Yun ang focus niya. He's not interested with any material consideration, with any followers. He comes to the Philippines and teaches. Yun ang spiritual master. So during that time, we were given the opportunity to be hearing him for a month. And then I came to the point na, when I heard Srila Prabhupada, nakita ko how far I am, na hindi pala ako qualified. Then sabi ko sa kay Srila Prabhupada, alam ko alis na si Srila Prabhupada, he's leaving. Okay? After a month of speaking, morning, afternoon, kirtan araw-araw. But there's this transcendental influence that you feel in your heart, that you want to be connected with His world. Okay? That is the potency of the spiritual master. That you desire to be following, to be under His care because of His service to Krishna. But it's given to you by God Himself. So, yun ang naging focus ko during that time, to be honest, kasi nga, I experienced in my life the conditioning I and you have experienced. There's nothing there. There's nothing there. It's all illusion. Lahat illusion yun. Hindi totoo. Passing lang. At alam ko, walang happiness doon. At it drives you crazy and nuts and empty-hearted when you don't have this focus and relationship with the will of God, doing His will. Yun ang situation dapat makita natin. Makita nyo. Then I know alis na si Srila Prabhupada, and I said to him, Srila Prabhupada, I know alis ka na, and narinig ko yung mga turo mo, and hindi ako qualified maging disciple. Kasi ang qualification ng disciple, binagbigay siya ng example. He gave an example of Bhaktisiddhanta. Si Bhaktisiddhanta, ang papa niya, si Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Okay? Dahil ang system natin, hindi hereditary, hindi dahil tatay mo, hindi niya in-initiate yung anak niya, si Bhaktisiddhanta. Sabi niya, punta ka kay Gorakishore Das Babaji. Okay? Tapos sabi niya, okay, dahil yun ang instruction ng spiritual master niya, si Bhaktivinoda Thakur, ginawa ni Bhaktisiddhanta, lumapit siya kay Gorakishore Das Babaji. Yung parang-para, nakita niya yung apat. So sabi niya, please accept me as your disciple, your follower. I'll give you my life. Sabi ni Gorakishore Das Babaji, you're not qualified. I cannot accept you as my disciple. Hindi ka qualified. Okay? Hindi ka qualified. Kasi nga, you're less intelligent. Hindi ka qualified. So ngayon, na-feel ni Bhakti, yung mga tao, sabi nila, ang talino mo Bhaktisiddhanta. You're very famous, you're very intelligent. Tapos bumalik si Bhaktisiddhanta, sabi niya, my dear Gorakishore Das Babaji, if you will not accept my life and accept me as your disciple, then I'll commit suicide. There's no point in living. Okay? So yun ang qualification. Tapos, are you willing to commit suicide if you don't become a disciple? Are you willing to give your life? Tinignan namin tinignan ko sarili ko, murag, layo kaya ko sa tinuod. Okay? Layo ko kaya sa tinuod. Kasi wala man ako sa ganung state. Kasi yung wisdom ko, yung understanding ko, dati, hindi ganun, in a way na nag-mature ako to a certain point sa spiritual life. Alam ko lang, nagchachanta ko, Krishna, Krishna, basa ko ng pastime ni Krsna, okay? Sasabihin mo lang, maya yan, illusion yan, kakaranada ka sa Vishnu, yung mga ganon, parang binasa mo lang, pero hindi mo talaga na-realize, okay? Tapos nung narinig ko Srila Prabhupada, when I heard him, said, I know this person, if I don't follow him, I don't take shelter of him, then there's no reason for doing anything. Because there's no life. But I'm not qualified. Okay? Hindi ako qualified. Kasi nga, nakita ko, yung devotee, sabi, when Srila Prabhupada said, accepting a spiritual master is not like having a wife or having a husband. If your spiritual master tells you, leave your husband, will you do it? If the spiritual master said, die now, will you die? Okay? Parang, wow. But it's just pointing the gravity, gano'n ka-serious of surrendering to God. Okay? But if you come to the point of understanding your transcendental nature, your position and function, then it will become clear to you, this is my life. Okay? Kasi nakita mo na eh. Nakita mo na yung bulok na katawan, yung mundo mo na walang katotohanan, at ito yung tunay na buhay. And who gives you that? Krishna. That vision. Kaya you cling. Your relationship now with God is the instruction of your spiritual master. Kaya bumalik si Bhaktisiddhanta. Sabi niya, if you don't accept me, my dear Gorakishore Das Babaji, then there's no reason to live. I'll end this life. Then he's accepted. Meaning, you're completely surrendered. Okay? So, accepting a spiritual master, meaning you give your life to Krishna. Do His will. But there is a process. There is also obstacle that will not make it very easy for you. Your mind. Yung mind nyo. Your desire. You know? Your selfishness. And that is why wisdom is connected, inseparable from the holy names. Kailangan may wisdom ka, may understanding ka. Kaya ko sinasabi sa inyo yung reality ng material world, kasi doon tayo nagtitake shelter. Kaya kung halimbawa, inisip nyo, publika ayam ultimo ka ayam Anong gagawin ko? Magtrabaho ako, makakuha ng material things. For example, wala kayong understanding sa spiritual life. Inisip nyo, pobre kayo ko, ato ko sa laing nasod. Okay? Punta ako sa ibang bansa. So yung anak mo, iniwan mo doon. So anong pinapadala mo? Pera. Pero wala kang spiritual understanding, wala kayong gabay. Ang nangyari, imbis matulungan mo yung living entity, supposedly, na mahal mo, na-entangle. Kasi pag nabigyan mo ng sapi yon, ng bahandi, anong gagawin? Mag-enjoy. Lalo na kung nag-i-engage sa sinful activities. Then, instead na ma-save mo siya, ma-protect mo siya, ikaw pa yung para bang may apoy, dagdagan po man sugnod. Gasolina, bubuan mo pa. Kaya living entity, na akala mo, luoy kayo kay way makauna kong pamilya. Mo trabaho ko, mo kagod ko, mo kamang ko, mo dildil ko asin. Para lang sa ilang kaayuhan. But na. Hindi na tinuod. If you're ignorant, you put them in suffering. Understand? That's why wisdom is very important. And wisdom is inseparable from the holy names. That's why the spiritual master, Lord Krishna tells us, approach a bona fide spiritual master. Okay? The process in Kali Yuga, the prime sacrifice is the chanting of the holy names. Because it's the supreme purifier. But inseparable from that is your eternal, transcendental position as eternally the loving servant of God. And you must be with wisdom. Okay? You must not be a sentimentalist. Alam niyo yung sentimentalist? Napil ko ang Ginoo sa akong danggo. Okay? Umiiyak ka pag may chanting, umiiyak ka, lamig kayo, muhilag ko. Pag wala na, as ang lollipop. Okay? That sentiment. Kirtan kayo, lahat kayo nag-chant. Nag-chant kayo lahat. Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Oh, lamig kayo. Muligod-ligid ko. Holy, holy, holy. Pagkatapos ng chanting, paglabas mo, uy, Na naman ang fishball. O pag-abot na naman diyan, na kung amigo, lakaw ta. Okay? Nag-ML dito. Maski wala na purul, basta na lang pampalit load, mag-ML. Okay? Anong nangyari sa'yo? You're driven by your mind and Maya illusion. Tahiin ka doon. Parang, alam mo yung sapot ng gagamba? Akala mo, ginagalaw mo, pero pinapalibutan ka na pala, dahan, hindi lang dahan, andong ka. Hindi man ako makagawas diri. Hindi ako makalabas. Hindi ako makalis. Okay? So the spiritual master, Krsna comes. He comes as the holy names. Kaya si Lord Chaitanya accepted Ishvara Puri as spiritual master to give us example. And because of that, he passes on to us the process wherein we can engage in pure devotion and service. It begins with chanting the holy name. Don't ever think that the holy names is same as the mundane sound. No. It will be your connection, it will be your life. Because the instruction of the spiritual master is based upon giving you a process, letting Krishna embrace you. Ang problema lang ngayon, will you embrace Krishna? By using this body na ginagamit mo for enjoyment, so-called enjoyment, to embrace Krishna, to use everything to do the will of God. Kaya, meaning, are you willing to die your material life? Huh? You don't die, the spiritual don't die. Meaning, are you able to give? Are you a rich man? You're a rich man. You're a miser person. Are you willing to give up everything? This material suffering, this life that you have embraced, and just embrace Krishna. Nakita niya? So, the devotee with spiritual understanding, yung relationship niya kay the Supreme Person, he becomes brave. Alam niyo yung brave? He makes a stand. He makes a stand to carry on, hold the line, to do the will of God. Because of the wisdom and understanding. He's not a sentimentalist. He's not a fanatic. He sees with clarity because of the wisdom, because he followed the instruction of Lord Krishna. Find a bona fide spiritual master. Surrender to him. Listen to him. Offer obeisances. Inquire from him submissively. The self-realized soul can impart this transcendental knowledge to you. Transcendental, not this knowledge ng nababasa nyo sa vanity, yung mga magazine na yan, okay? Yung mga rock and roll magazine na yan. Is it clear? So, doon muna tayo magtatapos, pero ikakantinyo ko ito buhay ng mga araw ngayon. Sa Kali-yuga kasi, isang influence ng Kali-yuga, makakalimutin tayo, bungaw, wala tayong pasensya, madali lang yung buhay natin dito sa mundo, mainitin yung ulo, palaaway, suko pirmi, okay? Murag mo mulibang tubul ba? Lagi na lang, okay? Ang uba naman, muigit, kaysa kahadlok, okay? Wala ka paingunan hanggat wala kang wisdom, okay? Okay? Dati, naalaala nyo, lagi naririnig nyo, sabi ng isang tao, knowledge is power. Anong power? Knowledge, true transcendental knowledge, will give you freedom from suffering. Hindi siya nagsalita. Umalis lang siya. After a year, nagturo siya sa Baguio. Narinig ko lecture niya, turo ni Narada Muni. During the time that was 1976, siguro 1976, okay? Magaganda tayo. Tulad niya, sabi niya, Narada Muni sa Srimad Bhagavatam, he said, the rising and the setting of the sun decreases one's life duration in this body. Sa bawat pagtaas ng araw, paglubog ng araw, nababawasan yung stay mo sa katawan. This is the planet of death. Okay? Then he taught us the science wherein we can be happy, the pastimes of Lord Krishna. But he instilled to us that you look around, you see dried grass, summer, winter, it decreases one's life duration in this body. And this body is temporary. So, the spirit soul is eternal. You. So, instead of investing in this material world, connected just with the clinging of the body to all this material world, invest in your relationship, in your understanding with this wisdom, in devotion and service, the chanting of the holy name. So we just chanted, okay? Look around. This place is a very dangerous place. And yung mga sundalo, kayo, gusto nyo maging sundalo. Sundalong kanin, okay? Alin sundalong kanin? Yung mga sundalo kasi, karamihan ng mga sundalo, kung ayaw nyo mag-isip, magsundalo kayo. Kasi makikinig lang kayo sa sasabihin ng sarhento, tayo, blakad, jump! At sasabihin naman ng nakakataas, punta kayo sa bundok, hanapin nyo yung kalaban. Mga terrorist. Okay? I-hunt nyo yung pinakamatalinong hayop, yung human being. Patayin nyo dahil terrorist. Hindi mo alam, pagpunta mo doon, tingnan mo yung nangyari nung kabataan ko. Kita ko, pagsakay ko sa aeroplano, puro patay. Akala nyo talagang, wow, yung napapanood nyo, Rambo, habang nakikipagbarilan, 100 yung kalaban, patay lahat. Natapon, tumapon, buhay pa rin. Inisip nyo, ako yun. Okay? Ako si Rambo Tito. Okay? Ha? Ganon yung isip nyo. Pero hindi totoo yun. Nakita nyo yung mga palabas ni sino ba yung dating artista na patay na ngayon, okay? Pag tinutukan mo ng baril, hawakan niya yung baril mo, bilis. Yung baril mo, hawakan na lang. Kinuha niya na yung harapan. Ha? Di ba? At kung sumuntok, talo si Macman. Okay? Hindi tinatamaan. Okay? Nakita naman yung isang artista, libo yung kalaban, tangke lahat, buhay pa rin. Inisip nyo, ako. But the living entity, kayo, tayo, you don't die. But with this body, imagination lang nyo. Kasi akala nyo, kayo yung controller, imagine na, I am number 1, punta ako sa kagubatan. Patay, kagubatan. Nandun kayo, maski ngayon, yung mga sundalo, na nandiyan sa bundok na yan, nandun kayo, nakaupo doon, umuulan. Worried kayo, baka tamaan kayo ng bala. Doon na kayo tumatay, ang kinakain nyo kung ano-ano na lang doon. Umuulan, puro kayo kagid. Nakahanap kayo, saan ang kalaban? Iniisip nyo parate, baka mamatay ako, tamaan ako ng bala, unahan ko siya. Anong pinaglalaban mo? Wala. It's not worth it. Time to go home. The journey must stop. The journey in this world must stop. Kasi may visa naman kayo. May ticket na kayo. Okay? May ticket na kayo. The holy names. Punta ka lang doon. Krsna, Krsna. Pag alis mo sa katawan, itong vehicle, Krsna, Krsna. You go to Krsna. Okay? Nandun na yung ticket. Kailan? Sasaynan mo ba? Okay? Ilagay mo yung pangalan mo. May ticket ka na Open ticket. Okay? May visa ka na. Pwede kang pumunta. Kasi sabi ni Krishna, just surrender unto me, I'll protect you. To those who are constantly devoted unto me, I give them the understanding by which they can come to me. From me comes remembrance and forgetfulness. Just do my will, I'll protect you. Abandon all varieties of religion. So, mayroon ng visa. Ngayon, ikaw mag-make ang decision. Okay? Pupunta ka sa salamin na bagong ngipin. Okay? Tama na yan. Tama na yung buhay ng kamatayan. Tama na yung pagdribol ng pagdribol. Dinidribol ka na ni Maya na matagal. Walang happiness sa bola. Okay? Wala ring happiness. Ang happiness is connected with your eternal longing, your meditation to do the will of God. Your connection with following the instruction of the spiritual master. Chant the holy names. Krishna will be the one to embrace. So may ticket na. So ang gagawin mo lang, pag alis na, okay, tama na yung travel ko. Kasi you're traveling in this body. Oops, tama na. Di ko na i-overhaul tong katawan. Ano yung overhauling? Para yung blue natin na jeep, kailangan makasaka sa buntot. Okay? Maglisod mo, karga mo walo block. Okay? Tama na! Palitan na ng bagong clutch para makaakyat sa bundok. Kargahin yung balas lahat para makagawa tayo ng swimming pool. So, intindihan niya? So, tama na. Okay? Enough. Make the decision. Okay? Sulat ko na yun. Punta na ako sa counter. So, ang gagawin mo, sabihin ng mind, teka, marami ka pang gagawin. Okay? Marami ka pa dapat matikman. Marami ka pa dapat makain. Marami ka pa dapat mapuntahan sa mundo ng kamatayan. Nandiyan pa si Kurdapia, si Petra. Hindi mo pa natikman yung pagmamahal at yakap niya. Siya na nga, sabi ng mind. Kaya susundin mo ba? Pero kung nakita mo yung katotohanan, pagtingin mo kay Petra, yung kalahati, may balat, pero yung kalahati, wala. Sama na. Hawakan mo yung bituka. Nga. Okay? Ang ilong pa nga napagigkog mo. Sana. Diba? Ang dunggan, usually ang dunggan, gusto nilang, di ba? Dunggan, nakita niyo sa Star Trek, ganun yung mga dunggan. May luga. Okay? Sana. Yung dugo, pagbukas mo, unsa man nasa sulod ka ng anak-anak, kuruk, uy, nadag ko, abrihan ka na ito, pag abri mo, uy, ang gikao, nasa sulod. Pero yakap mo ba? Yakap mo. Okay? Is it clear sa inyo? Ganun ka si Maya. Kaya yun ang pag-uusapan natin bukas. To be continued. Pero yung journey ends here. When you make this decision to think of Krishna. Kaya makikita mo yung katotohanan, habang papunta ka kay Krishna, nakikita mo yung ocean, yung desert, pero diretso-diretso ka lang. Kasi hawak mo yung pisi na papunta sa patutunguhan mo. Makakabalik ka na, go back home. Kagaya ng ginawa nyo doon, may pisi, nakabalik kayo sa labas. Okay? So is it clear sa inyo? So, I make you laugh or everything, but everything here is very serious. It's your life. And it's about your relationship with Krishna. So, yung reality and understanding with wisdom, you begin to feel amused. Exciting mo pala ang spiritual life. Hindi pala ang spiritual life yung akala ko na pag naging angel, may pakpak, lumilipad. Pag na-meet ko yung saintly person, kumikintab yung ulo, mayroong bilog na gano'n, naglalakad, nakatingin lang sa akin. Hindi wala gano'n spiritual life. Pwede pala akong maglaro, hindi basketball, kasama si Krishna. Habang pinoprotektahan ako ni Krishna against the demon, okay? Gaur, Haribol, Prasadam. Anyway, let's continue and chant. Let's continue tomorrow. Okay, Haribol? Is it clear sa inyo?
Everybody dance and sing. Namo Siddhaswarupananda, Paramahamsa Kavindini, Pura Karuna Swarupaya, Radha Krishna Prasnayate.
Namo Siddhaswarupananda, Paramahamsa Kavindini, Pura Karuna Swarupaya, Radha Krishna Prasnayate.
Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna Madana, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna Madana,
Haribol, Haribol, everybody sing.
Radha Krishna